Hello students, welcome back to this video. I am S. Mohanasundari, Department of Chemistry. So in this video we are going to discuss chapter 1 Introduction to Chemistry. So in previous video we already discussed role of chemistry in medicines and industries, that is cement industry, glass industry, plaster of Paris industry. So we already discussed what are the chemicals involved in these industries and perform their roles. So today's class we are going to discuss the remaining topics of chapter 1, soaps and detergents, plastics, paints and enamels, dyes, silicones. So the first one, soaps and detergents. So we all know what is soap, right? The soaps are made up of sodium and potassium salts, that is hydrocarbon compounds. So soaps are generally an hydrocarbon compound with sodium and potassium salts. They have two part, water repelling and water attracting part. So water repelling part gets attached with the dirts and greases, and then remaining part gets towards the water. So there will be a formation of tiny crystals that is called micelles. It absorbs the dirt and grease into foam. So it is washed by using water. And the next one is detergents. Detergents are usually in powdered form, but nowadays we are using in liquid form also. So these detergents and soaps help us to clean the utensils, remove the dirt from clothes, remove the oil from washed cooked utensils. So we are used for various purposes. In general, detergents are stronger than the soaps. And the next one, plastics. Role of chemistry in plastics. So plastic is a synthetic material made from wide range of polymers such as polyethylene, PVC, nylon. So there are two types of plastics, that is thermoplastic and another one is thermosetting plastic. Let us see the first one, thermoplastic. So it can be melted by heating plastic materials and molding into new objects. So it can be done again and again. Example, PVC, polyethylene, nylon, Teflon. So these are all used for making poly bags, plastic toys, cables for electric wires. Thermosetting plastics, just opposite to that, it is heated and set into an object, and that is set into a perfect shape. After that we cannot use it again. After that we cannot melt it and we cannot use it again. So this is opposite to thermoplastic. So for example, bakelite and melamine are in this category. So it is used for making handles of utensils, body parts of electrical appliances, etc. And the next one, role of chemistry in paint and enamels. So we all know what is paint. So we are using paint to decorate our houses, buildings, etc. So these are all chemical liquids with zinc, magnesium, and aluminum salts. So we are adding color pigments to make them colorful. So these are all two types. I mean, paint is classified into two types. One is water soluble and another one is oil soluble. So oil soluble means that paint is mixed with turpentine. So before applying, we should mix that paint with turpentine, and then we have to apply that. And then we all know we are painting the buildings, painting the walls. For what purpose we are doing that means the main thing to to avoid the decay of the walls. So we can avoid that decay, destroying the walls by corrosion. So we are painting that walls. And the next one, we are painting to prevent rusting also. So we all know what is rusting, that reddish brown flaky substance formed around the iron objects. By painting them, by giving coating to them, we can avoid the rusting. Next one, enamels. So enamels are also paints, but it with a high gloss oil, so it looks shinier. It looks glossy in appearance, and then it is used mainly in metal objects, in pots, in refrigerators. So these enamels are used in these categories. And the next one, role of chemistry in dyes. So dyes, we all know what is dye. That is a coloring thing. So it can be prepared either naturally or synthetically. So natural dyes are obtained from various plants, flowers, vegetables. So we all know turmeric, beetroot, carrot, grapes, red cabbage, and we all know that. various flowers that gives color, and we can use henna also one of the natural dye. And we can also prepare it by synthetically, that is like some chemicals or compounds. Iron, aluminum and chromium give colors. So if example alizarin red, indigo blue are example for synthetic dyes. So these dyes are used in textile industry. So we are wearing clothes with different types of colors, so these dyes are used for that coloring purpose, as well as we are used for coloring our hair. So we are using dyes to color our hair, and we are eating foods that prepared from industries are also added some coloring pigments to give that attractive look. To give that colorful look is given by that some chemical powders, that is some chemical dyes are used in that food industries. And the next one, silicones. So silicones are made up of with silicon and other chemicals. They have high melting and boiling point. They are resistant to heat and water. So this purpose, it has been used highly commercialized in many industries like automotive, electronics, constructions, coatings, textiles, and in personal care also. So in building construction, it helps to make the construction materials last longer as well as work better. And it also used in cosmetics, so some silicones are added in little amount in cosmetics like skincare lotions, face cream, body lotions, as well as in sunscreens. But it should be used in permissible limit. And then silicones have the character like flexible non-sticky surface, so it is used in making that cooking appliances, cookware and bakeware. So it is easy to clean, it does not impart any odor to food. So it is also used in aircraft and spacecraft maintenance because they can withstand at high temperature as well as high stress. It is the silicones are used to paint and give coatings to that appliances to reduce drag, reduce the friction, and it also increases the fuel efficiency. So thank you students. So in this video the chapter 1 has been completed. If you want to know, kindly see the remaining videos. Remaining 5 videos are there. So watch that videos. Thank you.